are you going to do face cam?
Yeah, I'm recording a face cam, and just in case if you want to use it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to activate my actual face cam on your screen. Can you see me? Wait.
I like the little glow logo you have in the background. That's cool.
Oh, thanks. That's my, yeah. I made that out of wood. Okay, so this is showing my everything. There we go. Okay, that's good.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah. And you, are you going to be activating your face cam on your side, or are you just going to, like, send me a screen recording?
I'm recording on OBS, yeah.
Okay, so, because
I can also, I guess I can also turn on my camera. Do you see me?
Not yet. It's busy loading. You know, hashtag African internet. Hey!
Yo, there it is.
I love that. Sorry. Oh my god, this is exciting! Oh, okay, no, this is great. This is great. That's the new streaming room you've been working on.
Yeah, it's a pretty large work in progress. As you can see right behind me, there's like absolutely nothing. And, you know, that cutting board is actually like, that was like done by one of my friends, Outcast. He like laser etched my logo into a cutting board. Okay. And someone else is sending me like some laser cut like glowing logo that's like in a little pedestal. And I put that back there. So I'm just slowly collecting things to put back there. I got those colo lights or whatever from you. I saw that you made some kind of post about that. I'm like, oh, I better write that down. So I eventually bought some. And
oh wow!
Threw them back there. So yeah, that right there looks pretty nice.
I know you can see my screen. I don't really care.
So many notifications. This is a disgrace. Do you want to see how many notifications I have, dude?
I would love to.
Yeah, look, I every day go through and I clear out all my notifications, dude. I got the creators all in one area.
How
I got the
do you keep things so neat?
All in one area. If I'm not neat, dude, then what am I? You know?
You're not a normal fucking 19-year-old, bro. I tell you, you're not a normal 19-year-old. Like everything that you do is not like indicative of being 19. That's why every time I speak to you, I have to remind myself, like, this is literally, in no offense, this is a kid, you know, with a really, really good head screwed on, but wow. Okay, so let's start our interview.
Debatable.
I've got Blooprint on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mr. Flak podcast. This is the first episode, and unfortunately, I've done things backwards. So typically, when you have a season, you start out small, and you go bigger, and you bigger, and then you get to this huge climax. Unfortunately, today I've started with the season finale, which is Blooprint, and I guess I have to just like work my way back to season 1. Welcome, Blooprint. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. Now, Bloo, you are 19 years old, okay? You started YouTubing in 2014, which was the other day. That was like 8 years ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, I technically started my channel in 2014. Like, I made the channel, and I was like uploading like, you know, just mediocre, not even mediocre, just absolute trash, you know, unedited Minecraft recordings.
Okay.
I recorded with ScreenFlow on, I think, on my mom's Mac, and I just, you know, posted because it was fun. I mean, I just like to do it. Eventually, I started adding music that was honestly way too loud, and
we all started like that, right?
I know, right? We were just like, oh yeah, ear blasting dubstep. That'll do the trick. But yeah, no, I just really liked, you know, making Minecraft survival game videos. That's what I did. MCSG, that was like my stuff. That was my shit, dude. MC Gamer. I used to play the heck out of that, and I was actually pretty good at it too. And yeah, that's all I really posted for like the first year or so, maybe 2 years of making content.
Okay.
Then I started uploading random stuff like Overwatch and Rust, and around in 2016. Which, yeah, that's when I started, was 2016. Experimental Rust, early experiment.
2016?
Yep.
So that was only 5 years ago when you started your Rust journey?
That's right.
Woo, that is nuts. Okay, so, because in my mind, when I looked, I did very light research because I preferred to like discover things during the interview rather than, you know, fully research you and then you tell me something and then I already knew it. It'll be quite a boring interview. So I didn't want to look too much into your stuff. So you actually started Rust, or your Rust journey, only 5 years ago. That wasn't that long ago. That was like round about the time I started.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that long ago.
So what made you main Rust? Was it the views? Did something explode? Like what was the...
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, yeah, the views were great all of a sudden, you know. It's like, I think my third Rust video I ever made got like 50k views. Like
that's
just like
huge,
that.
huge.
Yeah, I went from hundreds, maybe 1,000 per video to just, you know, huge armored base raid. That's what the name of the video was. And it was a 10x modded server. And, you know, reviews were mixed, but, you know, it got me a lot of likes and it got my name kind of out there a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I like Rust because the game's right up my alley. I mean, it's just like, you know, the base building, the looting, the PvP. It's got like all of it. There's just so much about it that there is to like, obviously. But then obviously hand in hand, that's the most viewed genre on the channel at the time. And, you know, I had a growing love for it at the same time. So naturally, I'm just going to keep posting the heck out of that.
Of course. Of course. Tell me, who were some of your inspirations, like when it came to your early, like who did you used to watch that made Rust content that you thought like, hey, I want to do this? You know, like who was some of your favorite Rust YouTubers before you became a Rust YouTuber?
Yeah, so Rust content, 100% Ramsey is the first guy there.
Still king.
That is the
still
first guy.
Fucking king, bro. Oh.
Yeah, still. Ramsey was huge. And then Frost was big.
He was?
Beach Hills. Yeah, I liked watching Beach Hills a lot. I watched a little bit of Coconut Bee, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say those are the main guys.
It's actually funny that you mentioned that because like Coconut Bee and Beach Hills and Frost, well, not really Frost, but Coconut and Beach Hills are very PvP. Ramsey's very story driven with a bit of PvP. Frost is story. Is that where you went with your style? Because that's one thing I've noticed about your videos. You are, you know, first or second most popular Rust YouTuber on earth. I think it's Wellen is number one, or I actually don't know the numbers. But you are basically the most popular Rust YouTuber in the world. And your style isn't just PvP or just story. You've got like this melting pot of just everything. You've got the story, you've got the PvP. Like, you're the whole package. That's insane. Like, you're 19, bro. How did that happen? Fuck.
Yo, yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, thanks for noticing that, because I totally consider myself like a wild card when it comes to Rust content, you know?
Yes.
Like, I feel like a lot of people have a certain thing that they do, and you can expect pretty much like the same thing from every video. But I definitely try and you know, do a mixture of, you know, funny moments, you know, just good moments,
sometimes
you
you laugh
moments, you know.
Sometimes it's intense, sometimes it's like these insane plays. It's like you never know what you can get, really. You're like your stuff with Spoon Kid, for example. It's kind of comical. Like, you guys set up like a little 2x1 right outside freaking launch site. Like, that is so not typical. I've noticed everyone's got this channel that they take, but with you it's a dice roll. So like, what's he gonna do today? Let's check it out. But the nice thing is it's a guaranteed entertainment value. Doesn't matter if you're gonna go big or you're gonna go small, you're gonna go funny or silly. I love that. Like, I love the fact that you don't know what you're gonna get.
For sure, yeah. I mean, that's definitely something that helps with, you know, the views. I feel like is and people sticking around and watching my next video is like, you know, they know that there's something to expect from a Blooprint video. They know they're going to be entertained, like you're saying. Yeah. But they also know that I switch it up a lot, you know, and I like doing that. I like doing challenge videos with Spoon, you know, living only in the ocean or you know, living only, you know, in launch site. You know, doing those kind of things now and then spices things up for sure. And, you know, like you mentioned, like, was I gathering, you know, things from different YouTubers? 100%. I mean, you know, non-Rust YouTubers like FaZe Jev and Anomaly, you know, I learned like comedic timing from those people. Okay. And like, you know, from Ramsey, I learned storytelling, you know, and from like, you know, Beach Hills or Coconut Bee, I learned PvP. I mean, literally YouTube is like pretty much you learn and create at the same time. I feel like I have to owe it to the people I've watched over the years that like my channel is a culmination of like everything that I've watched. I just feel like I've seen what other people do. I learn from it, do it my own way. Yeah. And, you know, yeah, I just, you know, pick and like from a like cherry pick whatever looks good and I just like turn it into my own thing pretty much.
Because you've mastered YouTube. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you just mentioned your high view count. You've had over 1 million views on every video for how many consecutive videos?
Yeah, I think it was September of 2019 was the last video I haven't broken 1 million views on. So since September 2019,
every single video you've released, you've had at least 1 million views.
That's right.
That is absolutely nuts. I know, like, a lot of people will just go, oh, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I've had 2 videos get to 1 million, and I basically celebrated and bought my wife new shit. That's like, you know, revenue, baby. The fact that you've gotten 1 million views per video since September 2019 is absolutely staggering. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
bro, I think the thing is you have a deeper understanding of YouTube, clearly, because I mean, like, you're a very nice dude. You're one of the nicest YouTubers I've ever met. I mean, like, I obviously nobody knows about this, but you DM'd me once when you were 18 years old, giving me advice out of nowhere.
I think you did tweet that out. I think people do know about that, actually.
Oh dear. Oh well, there you go. I tweeted it. But basically, it's really nice because, like, you are getting 1 million views. I noticed a lot of YouTubers when they start getting views, they start getting an ego. They start, you know, like, feeling.
Tell me about it. That Frost guy, like.
Bro, Frost.
Man, we really lost him, didn't we?
Absolute jackass, dude.
Views and...
JK Frost. I know he's watching this. I know he's going to be watching this. 100%. No, but I have noticed, like, seriously, not Frost, but a lot of YouTubers do start getting an ego. They feel like they're better than people that are smaller than them. And with you, I mean, you are pretty much at the tippy top of the Rust YouTube world, and you messaged a little guy like me out of nowhere, giving me advice. And where does that, like, level of humbleness come from? I mean, because you've obviously had a really good upbringing, I can tell. I don't know. I really hope your dad's not an alcoholic right now. But did your dad encourage you to create?
Yeah, I mean, both of my parents 100% encouraged me to create. They maybe less so encouraged me, but supported me.
Okay.
And that's really important, but
very.
Just it's 100%. A lot of people, I feel like, take this for granted, but they think that they're owed the support and respect from their parents. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I'm born from these people, they just have to support whatever I do.
Absolutely not.
Whereas the way I see it, it's like, yeah, I feel like a parent is obligated to you know, hear you out and you know, just, you know, give you the chance to do what you want.
Yes.
But they also need to set limits and boundaries that you should also respect and follow, you know? So, for example, my parents, they're like, as long as you do good in school, you know, as long as you do your homework and, you know, you maintain, like, B's and A's and B's, you know, we'll let you do what you want. I mean, that at the end of the day, I'm still learning in school, and, you know, that's fair, you know? So I just made sure that I respected their decision on that. I feel like one of the major things for me was just, you know, maintaining the respect of my parents. I mean, that was just like a huge thing for me. I just didn't want to let them down, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, in school, I mean, I would just work my ass off in school. I would, like, in study hall while everyone's on their phone, you know, or sleeping, I would do all my homework in study hall in that, like, hour, and anything left over, I'd you know, knock out at my house.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe I was able to keep, like, a weekly upload schedule while doing all of that. I just don't remember how I was able to do that. I mean, obviously the quality has gone up a lot, so there's a lot more editing there. But yeah, no, my parents are, you know, just one of a kind, fucking awesome, and I give all of my thanks whenever I can to them, because I mean, really, I mean, they're partly responsible for, like, where I am now. I mean, still are.
I'm so glad that you said that, like because I've seen a lot of these little Fortnite YouTube kiddies that, you know, they win a bit of competition money, they get these huge egos, and then they just want to disobey their parents. They feel like when their parents don't want them to play at 3 a.m, it's like they're stomping on their dreams. But I'm so glad that you recognize that the kid has a responsibility to do what he has to do first before he creates.
100%.
A lot of youngsters watching us doing YouTube and think to themselves, they're going to be YouTubers. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber nowadays. They're going to be YouTubers. Yeah. And they completely, like, defy their parents' wishes. They just do whatever they want to. And if anybody, like, stands in the way of them and their Fortnite career, it's haters, you know, that are, like, stomping on their career. So I'm so glad that you recognize that, like, your parents required you to do school, and as a result, you did your school. And I mean, your results were good, right? You maintained good results. I think I saw you tweet about it.
Rarely saw a C, and for the most part, A's and B's for the most part.
Unbelievable, dude. The fact that you put school first, the fact that you got supporting parents is lovely. And I mean, not only supporting parents, your dad has starred in some of your videos as well. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Like, how was that like? Like playing with your dad? Like, actually, I've got a different question before I'll ask how was that. Your dad, I can imagine right now you probably out-earn your dad. I don't want to like talk numbers and figures, but you probably out-earn your dad. Is that weird or like it's pretty fucking weird,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, it's
Surely.
a little weird. It's a little weird. Sure, yeah.
I love that, dude. I love that.
But yeah, no, my dad, he's been a gamer for a long time. I mean, he used to play like, God, I forgot the name, but I mean, he's been playing a lot of World of Warcraft. He played a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day.
Damn.
I think it was like Quake or something that he used to play.
Okay.
But I mean, like he used to play like the original Doom. I mean, he just used to game a lot, but he was also like a surfer and an outdoorsy guy.
He sounds cool as
but-
shit.
Oh yeah, he's fucking sick, dude. I mean, all my friends, they always tell me, dude, like, dude, your dad's so cool. But yeah, yeah, no, I knew he was a gamer and I knew he wanted to get into Rust a little bit. I played with him before, but his PC, didn't really run the game very well. So last year, I think I actually bought him
Oh,
like
of course
a
you fucking
brand
did.
new PC.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I bought him a brand new PC, and the deal was he just had to play a couple of times with me, so we actually did play, and it was a lot of fun, and a lot of people just ate that shit up, and it is one of my favorite videos still. Chad and his dad.
Chad and his dad was great. I loved it because I'm also like a young dad, and my daughter's also a gamer, so like I basically lived through you and your dad. It was so cool. I watched Chad and Dad with my kid. Like it was like it was insane. It was like fucking Inception.
That's awesome.
No, I love that so much. You should actually tell your dad that if he wants to play with you, he needs to, maintain a certain level of GPA.
Yeah, that's true. No, I've been telling him he needs to do his homework. He needs to go and play some Rust servers, man.
That's what it is, man. You have to do it, so he has to put in the time now. Obviously, I mentioned that you've got your head screwed on really well. Now, like, do you mind if I talk about your house? Because
Sure, yeah.
that's insane. So, for those of you that are watching, Blooprint is 19 years old, like I mentioned. Blue, what year were you born in?
2003.
I was in grade 11 in 2003.
Oh,
Awesome.
shit.
Fuck my life. Okay, so Blue, at 19 years old, already has his own house. He bought his house, with his YouTube journey. Blue, what made you buy a house? If I may ask.
Honestly, dude, I needed to spend the money somehow. I mean, I was like 18 years old, and I'm like, dude, taxes are gonna destroy me right now. And I'm like, you know what? Everyone's like, dude, you should just buy a house. I mean, you need to do it eventually. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it would be pretty cool, pretty interesting experience, right? So, I was looking around and
Buy a house.
Yeah, buy a house.
It's like 40-year-old dudes out there like saving every penny so they can maybe one day buy a house. This 19-year-old, 18 at the time, bought a fucking house. That's insane.
Yeah, dude. I mean, shit, dude. Might as well. I mean.
Okay,
yeah,
so
but
you were looking around.
Stuff,
like what is the decision process? Did you find one immediately? Was it a journey? Was it a mission? Like, tell me about your home. I haven't actually heard anything.
Yeah, so I mean, I was looking around a lot. Saw some pretty shitty houses for way too much money. That's how it is in California.
Yeah, you actually live in California.
Yeah.
What? It's so cool. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a long list of houses that I went through. I was looking for like a studio, something kind of small. I didn't want something crazy, but I also wanted something that could appreciate. That's what you naturally want to do when you invest in real estate. But my mom said, like, when you walk into a house, you'll know, like, you'll know that it's for you.
100%.
And all these houses I was checking out, I definitely didn't have that feeling. I was I was like, kind of, but finally found a house that I walked into. I'm like, I can totally see myself living here. There was, this could be the studio. This is perfect size for it. This can be, that. And so, yeah, I finally settled on this house. And, since then, I've been wanting to do a lot of projects.
Yeah.
And those projects still need to happen. Just, contractors and all of that kind of thing. It's just really hard to get them out here. It's just, I don't know, just infamously flaky. It's just a lot of time, a lot of waiting. So, there's still like a lot of projects around here that need to happen. So I'm not fully satisfied right now, but I'm hoping that when all that gets cleared up, I'll be, 100% good to go.
I'm also very big into property. I've got a couple of properties myself, and I think it's the number one way to spend money. if you buy a decent home in a decent area, it can only become more expensive. You know what I mean? Like you will never lose money in property. I love that. Also,
you can, but
yeah,
unlikely.
2008 American housing recession. Am I right? Wait, you were like, no, wait, you were 6, weren't you?
Yeah, I didn't really experience it, but I mean, I've
fuck's
seen,
So, Bloo, you bought yourself a fucking Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Like, I called it before you bought it. That was the funny thing, because you mentioned on Twitter you were having problems with your old car, and then I said, Bloo, it's time for a Tesla, and you like gave me like a winky face, and then like fucking 6 months later you bought your Tesla.
Yeah, I was researching at the time, and when you said that, so I mean, my car literally exploded. I mean,
oh my god, what happened? I heard about that. Give me the story on what happened to your old car. What was it?
Yeah, it was a 98 Acura CL 3.0.
Ooh, like in Fast and the Furious.
No, I don't know. Maybe?
Oh god, no, you have to know. Just Google Fast and the Furious Acura. Oh my god. God, your screen's bright.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No,
yeah, no, that is definitely not it.
Okay, not the same one.
Yeah, no, it was like it was a piece of shit. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. No, it was.
Well, it exploded, so.
Yeah, it's a car that you get when you just pass your driver's license. I mean.
Why did it almost explode?
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I was just driving to an amusement park, Great America.
Okay.
And thus we were basically in this stop and go. Already we've been driving for like an hour.
Okay.
And there's like this last leg to get to the amusement park.
You and your family? You and your friends?
Literally stop and go. No, just me and some friends.
Okay.
And yeah, we the smog light like turned on for a second. I'm like, that's weird. I just got the smog light. I just got it smogged like less than a month ago.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, you start smelling something. And we're like, what the fuck is that? And then all of a sudden the hood just like smoke just starts coming out of both sides like a Chinese dragon. I'm like, oh shit. And I like pull over into like this parking lot. Thank God there's like an entrance right there.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it just literally went up with smelly smokes.
In the stop go, and everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, no, it was funny because we cut off so many people, and like my friends were just like, yeah, fuck you for trying to cut in front of us, and we totally got karma'd for sure. But yeah, no, it was a mess. It smelled so bad. It was something with the radiator.
Okay.
We got it fixed, and then something else happened, and eventually we just had to donate it because it was just
not worth it.
It was not worth it. I mean, it was a mechanic special at that point. I mean, the thing was just genuinely broken.
So how was the amusement park? Was it worth the disaster?
Yeah, we parked it there in the parking lot.
Okay.
And it wasn't the amusement park parking lot. It was some random one that was like a decent walk's way away. But we're like, we're not going to let this ruin our night. So we run over to the amusement park to do whatever. And one of my friends ordered the wrong tickets. So we had to schedule it to a different day. So essentially we broke my car for no reason. I mean,
spent hours in the car.
No reason.
Parked miles away from the amusement park, walked there, and then still didn't have the right tickets.
Nope, we didn't even enjoy the amusement park.
Oh my god. And that's probably why you're like, fuck this, buying Tesla.
Yeah, no, I really wanted to get a new car, and I've been shopping around for one for a while.
Yeah.
And then I originally wanted to get a hybrid because I know that gas cars are, kind of on a downwards trend in my opinion.
Yes, no.
And I wanted to secure myself something that, was like guaranteed to, be, going with the future.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wanted to, have a safe, go back to area with the hybrid because, I had the what's it called? The assurance that I could go back to gas.
Yes.
But then I also had the option to just stay with electricity.
Yes.
I drove a bunch of hybrids. I drove the Honda Accord hybrid. I wanted to drive a Hyundai, but they were literally all sold out and back ordered. So that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
I think I drove a Kia or something. And then at the end of the day, my parents were like, you want to try Tesla? And I'm like, I have I don't want to. I mean, I had such low expectations with it for some reason, because I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Elon Musk. But
What, don't you like South Africans? Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry, man. No, I'm like 60-40 on the guy. I mean, like 60% is like, bruh, and then like 40% is like, okay, you know.
Okay.
But no, I was blown away by the Tesla. I mean, it was so fucking fun. And I just remember, like, I got in the car, I'm like, how do you drive it? Like, my parents were in the back seat. My mom was freaking out the whole time. It was an experience, and I wanted to just relive that every time I hopped into a car. So yeah, I was just like, you know what, I'm getting Tesla. I'm sold. I mean, shit.
Wow. And is the fact that you have no petrol range, like you just have electric, is that like nerve-wracking, or do those cars have long ranges? What's it like? Because we don't have Tesla in our country.
Mean, I did make a huge road trip over to Sacramento.
Okay.
And I took the Tesla, obviously, and eventually we were low on battery. We were like 10%, and there was a local charging station. Got it charged in like less than half an hour, and while we were there, we ate some food, and it's like $15 to get your car battery charged at a supercharger, which is way less than gas.
Way less.
And and then you're set for the rest of the trip. I mean, I think I charged another time when I was at 40%, and that was like $10. But I mean, yeah, like $25 total for that round trip. And any other time so far, I've used like 20% battery max, and I just charge it at home overnight. And maybe that's like
there's
$2.
Literally no reason to get a gasoline engine anymore.
Not for me, I mean, you can literally set it so it charges at off-peak hours. So
yeah.
And it knows what your off-peak hours are wherever you are. You don't need to tell it, charge at 4. It'll just know where your location is and know what the off-peak hours are.
Yeah.
You just plug it in and tell it to charge off-peak, and then you're saving a ton of money.
I'm understanding. I don't know much about Tesla, but I'm understanding that you don't service them as much as gasoline cars either, with the way that their parts function.
Oh yeah, no.
You just drive like.
That's definitely a misconception with that too. I mean, it's like there's a lot less moving parts in a Tesla, so there's naturally a lot less maintenance, and maintenance is what really costs money with gasoline cars. I mean, cars in general.
It's not the gas, it's the servicing.
Yeah, the servicing. There's just a lot less service. I mean, look it up. I mean, Teslas are just known for just having less service than normal.
So do you have just like a normal Tesla Model 3? Anything fancy or special about it?
Yeah, it's a Model 3 2022, and
and they're fast, right?
Crazy.
They're like really fast.
No, they got torque. They got torque. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a long range. It's got sport wheels. It's I just recently got the windows tinted a little bit.
Okay. You know what? You can
illegal, but
you can post pictures of that. You can send me a picture so I can add it to the chat on top of. I'll blur out your number plate.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everyone's got a Tesla. I'd like the viewers to see. Like I love that. The decent sized family home, the Tesla, the fact that your life is pretty much set now. I mean, let's be totally honest, because that's the nice thing about being a YouTuber. You can stop creating today and you're going to get 15 years worth of income still from your old videos.
100%. Yeah.
You can technically retire now.
I suppose so.
You can, but what? Jesus Christ, retire at 19. I'm so jealous. What is your plans for the future? If you're at this level now at 19, what is Blooprint going to do in the future? Like, where do you see your life going? What are you doing with your channel? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been wanting to basically continue what I'm doing for as long as I can.
I'm having a smoke, by the way.
Yeah, go for it, dude. And that how long it lasts is how long it lasts, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, obviously. So it's definitely my like dream job right now, if so to say.
Yeah.
I don't really know when I'm gonna stop. I mean, for the foreseeable future is my plan right now.
Because I feel like Rust has a lifespan. I feel like it is going to eventually die, even though it's going strong. But I feel like one day it's going to die. Do you think that Rust is going to die anytime soon? And when Rust eventually dies, do you think you'll just hop on the next favorite game that you like you did with Minecraft to Rust?
Yeah, so obviously I've put a lot of thought into this, right?
Yeah.
And my thought process with that is that I don't think Rust is going to die unless a game like Rust takes its place, because Rust is its own genre, I feel like. I mean, there is literally no other game like it that has even come close. People have tried. Conan Exiles, you know, you got, what's that other recent one?
Well, I mean, even Ark with the dinosaurs is like Rust with dinosaurs.
Ark, sort of. I mean, I mean, there's just so many that have kind of tried, like half-assed it, but just haven't come close. And I feel like it's impossible for Rust to die without something like it taking its place, because, I mean, it's just a genre that you can't really fill. And you know, when a game does take its place, obviously I might transition to it, but yeah, I mean, right now I feel like Rust is in a good enough spot. I mean, there's a lot of performance problems, and you know, gameplay wise, you know, it's arguable that, you know, things aren't going the right way and things are going the right way. You know, it's you know, there's arguments on both sides there. But the way I see it, you know, Rust is okay right now, and it will continue to be okay because it is just the content goldmine. I mean, that's what I describe Rust as. I mean, you can literally survive in the ocean for a wipe with Spoon Kid. You can, I saw Hexloom literally only walk sideways like the crab challenge or something. You know, you play as a solo, duo, trio on a modded server, on a vanilla, on a one grid map. You know, there's just so many ways to play the game, and every single wipe is different. Even if you play it the same way, there's always going to be something different that happens. Something crazy happens. You go deep on a clan. You know. There's always a story you can make out of it. It's just one of a kind. I mean, you cannot do that with any other game.
No, it's so true. I mean, I don't know if you know the guy named Fancy Orb. He makes like game shows. He does just little challenges. Like, he's using a survival game, but he turned it into a game show, like a Squid Games type of thing. Like. And the challenges you were talking about, and William, who's doing that whole like surviving in a small base hidden away, like you can literally do anything. Sure. You can do anything, and you can make a success. It's insane. It's basically a blank canvas compared to other games. Because other games you have to play it in a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean the viewership as well is just crazy. I mean, because Rust has so many things going for it that is like a double-edged sword. Like, at least for a creator, like it's the performance is terrible, right? It's so hard to run the game. You need a beast of a PC to run Rust. Okay. But on the other hand, that means that there's more viewership because all the people who want to play the game are actually watching it. You know?
Yes.
And then it's like Rust, gameplay wise, it has a steep learning curve. You know?
Yes.
You know, gameplay wise, and getting more people to play the game, that sucks. But from a creator's standpoint, you know, all the people who are like, man, I wish I could go deep on a clan, you know, they're watching the video, you know, so that's why Rust has like, you know, 70,000 concurrent players a week or whatever, or a day, and then like millions of viewers on YouTube. Because I get countless comments of people saying, I don't play Rust, but I watch it.
Yes, I get that too, bro. I get that too. And it's funny you mentioned that. 70,000 concurrent players. And you getting 1 million views per episode. So 1/20th of your audience plays Rust, and the other 19 watch it. And I don't know if you've also ran into this comment a lot, where a lot of people comment about the quality of Rust YouTubers compared to the quality of, let's say, Call of Duty YouTubers. Like, we put a lot of fucking time into our craft. Well, some of us put a lot of time into our craft. Do you feel that Rust YouTubers put in more effort than other games? Do you think that they have to in order to stand out? You put in a lot of effort.
Have to stand out, sure, but I feel like it's not a case of Rust YouTubers put in more effort than a Call of Duty YouTuber, for example. It's just that they have more content at their disposal. You know, more things to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can make a beautiful story out of a Rust wipe. There's like revenge, there's conflict,
betrayal.
But, you know, betrayal. But with Call of Duty, I mean, you play a game through that everyone else has. You know, what's the variance? What's the difference other than you as a creator being, you know,
shoot that guy in the head.
What people watch you for? You know. So, I mean, there's the multiplayer. You know, there's like FaZe Jev, which, you know, he was a huge inspiration for me back in the day. You know, I watched him because of him, not because of the gameplay. I mean, it's like he would tell a story while playing, and, you know, the gameplay was just sort of this background element. It was him that you were watching for. and I fucking loved his Outlast series too. I think I've watched that like 2 or 3 times. But you know, it's just you watch him for him, you know, and I feel like every creator is different. But you know, it's like with Rust content, the content is a huge element in the video, and you know, personality has a lot to do with it. But I mean, even if you don't talk at all, like Alone in Tokyo, you still got that solo player, you know, taking on clans on main servers, and that's huge, you know, for a lot of viewers. I used to watch him a lot too.
I actually love Alone in Tokyo because you can get emotion without his emotion. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I can feel what he's feeling when he's making videos, but he doesn't say a fucking word. Like it's
that is so key.
Bro,
that is so key.
So key.
If you don't mind me quickly saying,
please go ahead.
Letting the viewers decide how much they want to hate a enemy
Yes.
is definitely better than you saying it yourself.
The definition
like,
of a storyteller.
If you say like, yeah, like, and just like that, we were offline raided by the group who's been killing us the whole wipe. You don't say, these guys were fucking scumbags. Look at them offline raiding us at 1 a.m. What a bunch of assholes, you know?
You don't need to.
You just kind of like mention these guys offline raid us, and it's going to click in their heads like, oh,
Bad
yeah,
guys.
that's kind of annoying. Yeah. So, you know, Alone in Tokyo for sure. I mean, it's just super cool, you know, chilling out to Alone in Tokyo video, a Wilsham video, and then, you know, you want some in-depth story, you go watch a Stevie video. You want some amazing cinematics, you go watch a Frost video. I love how there's so much diversity in the Rust content creator scene. I just love, and I also love how tight-knit we are too. I feel like
some more
we're
than
a really
others.
good community. And, yeah, you know, some more than others, sure. But overall, we help each other out, and everyone, I feel like there's a lot of collabs going around, and I think that's really cool.
I love that, especially about the Rust community. I feel we are a lot more tight-knit than other communities. You know, you just always, a big thing on YouTube is drama. People love drama, people love beefing. And there's not really that much going on in Rust. It's just typically like creator do, and you're on 1.6 million subs. You've had 250 million views basically. And you hang out and speak to a person like me with 100,000 subscribers like we're bros. And I've always respected that about some Rust YouTubers, where they are very like open and they're willing to share and they're willing to learn, and it's just, you don't get to see that in other scenes. You always, everyone focuses on their numbers and their views, and they don't want to collab for the sake of collabing. They want to collab because they want to, you know, sort of ride on somebody else's coattails, that type of thing. So like, I respect you so much, man. It's insane. I don't even know how to fucking verbalize it. It's like, I literally was nervous to do this interview, and you're actually half my age. It's insane. Bloo, what is your most memorable experience in Rust? What is the one memory in Rust that stays with you? Because I've got my one. Do you have a moment in Rust that you fondly look back at sometimes and fondly remember, or is it multiple things that you are fond of when it comes to Rust?
I mean, for the most part, it's a blur, you know, but I feel like when I think of Rust, I always like kind of think back to like my first time really playing the game. And I just kind of remember like starting out, it was like I joined this vanilla server. I didn't know what I was doing. I remember I hit a tree with no X that would pop up after. And you know,
back in the day,
you'd make a piece of paper so that you could then make a map, and then you would open your map. And it was like a fog of war. You can't see the whole thing.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
And then I remember like going up this huge mountain, and then at the top of the mountain were these two guys. One of them was named Slambot. I don't remember the other guy.
Okay.
And they invited me to their community. And I remember it was on the edge of the island. There's like a river running through it that kind of divided this little chunk.
Okay.
And they had like all of these buildings along the shore, and I built my own little shack. Wooden floors because I thought it looked nice, and I had like floor grills on the second story. Yeah, it was terrible. I was trying to place a large furnace on my roof, but it showed up as red. I'm like, why can't I place it here? And you know, it was just, I woke up one day, my foundations were gone through a flame raid. You know, so it was, I just remember that so well, like hiding in my base with a water pipe because I was scared to bring it out. And it was an experience like none other. That it was nothing like current Rust, you know.
No.
Just, you know, that the rusty feel just, I feel like isn't there anymore, you know. It's kind of a shame. I do like Rust how it is now, but I do also miss the old Rust. There's a lot of quality life changes that I'm glad happened, you know.
Yeah.
So in current Rust, so I'm thankful for that. But you know, it is nice to reminisce back in the old.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's going into more of a fighting game versus a survival game. I don't know if you feel the same.
Really? Because I thought I kind of think the opposite a little bit. I mean,
Oh, yeah?
obviously Alistair just made that PvP announcement that the PvP is going to
Thank
change.
goodness.
But you might be thinking like, oh, they added the MLRS. That's kind of like a PvP thing. I honestly wish they didn't add that. But overall, I feel like the game is trying to give all those newer players more avenues to learn. You know, fishing, underwater labs,
Yes,
underground tunnels. There's so many ways to get stuff in the game now.
Yes.
You know?
Oh god,
and
much
that
more.
actually hurts PvP a little bit because now you're roaming on land and there's no one there, you know? But
The
then,
roaming
you
has
know,
gone down.
You know, the roaming has gone down and you know, it's just like overall I feel like there's so many things that make it so that, you know, you just don't really see people that often. I do really miss, you know, P2 PvP way back in the day.
Oh my god, do you remember?
Component system, dude, those were the days for PvP, man. That was crazy.
If you were in the Face Punch creative team and you could be a decision making on where to take the game, a decision maker on where to take the game, where would you take Rust? What would you change about Rust? What would you do with Rust if you had full creative control?
God, I mean, if you give me a text document and like a day's work to write all that down, I mean, I'd ace that shit. But I mean,
Okay.
You know, right off the top of my head, I mean, things like the MLRS, I don't think really belong in a game like Rust, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think that it's, I don't know, it just doesn't really make much sense that you can farm up this whole base, but then now you need a wind turbine or two and set up 2 SAM sites, which cost like 500 scrap a piece.
Yeah.
No, you need 3, I think, to even stop a barrage of 12 rockets, which you can passively get from taking Bradley for an M249. Like, oh, let's take Bradley for an M2 and get 3 MLRS rockets while we're doing it. Just passive income, you know? And it's like, with raiding, it's like you go and farm sulfur, you get rockets separately, you know? You go separately spend time to go farm stuff to raid.
Yes.
But with MLRS, you know, you just passively get the shit and
It's an accident.
By the end of the day,
Yeah.
you have 20 rockets and 24 MLRS rockets, you know?
Yeah.
So it's things like that I feel like are not so great. And, you know, I feel like the holo sight, I feel like should, if it doesn't, I'll be absolutely amazed. The holo sight should get nerfed because
Really?
beaming from 200 meters. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it's 70% aim cone reduction. 70%. I mean, that's a value.
I
that is
didn't
way
know it
too
does
high.
that. Ooh,
Yeah,
I just thought it was a sight.
You don't know? No, dude, are you serious?
No, I don't shoot. I
Did you
don't
not
touch
see everyone-
guns.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally makes the recoil and aim cone just way easier with every single gun. And
Oh god.
I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. I mean, if you watch any PvP highlight video, no one uses iron sight. I mean, everyone uses holo.
I didn't even notice that. Gosh.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. So the holo sight definitely needs to get nerfed. I feel like having a value of 70% with no drawbacks is a pretty dangerous statistic to have. On a
yes.
weapon. I mean,
And maybe 15%,
kinda
not fucking
granted.
70%. Good god.
yeah, 70% is ridiculous. So I'm hoping that gets nerfed. I'm hoping they combat the scripting that somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how it works. I don't know how anti-cheat works to detect it, because obviously it's not doing a great job right now.
Yeah. So your thoughts on the PvP changes that are coming that they mentioned? Are you excited for that, or are you anti that?
Yeah, I actually made like this massive Google Doc. Basically, I was gonna post a tweet longer, but I kind of like decided not to.
Turns out he did release that Google Doc yesterday on Twitter. I'll leave that link to the tweet longer in the video description below.
I have faith in Facepunch they'll figure it out though.
They will. They. That's one thing I love about the game that we play is that, like Rust, an 8-year-old, no, it's now 9 years old, heading on 9 years. They still update the game, and most of us paid $10 for the game almost 10 years ago. And like, yes, they are milking it when it comes to skins, blah blah blah, but like, they are a very good game developer. Like, the best in the world, in my opinion. I mean, maybe not in the final quality of the product, but the love and the passion that they put into the game, I think, is unmatched with any game developer in the world, really.
Labor of love is definitely there for sure, you know, and I feel like Face Punch has questionable decisions sometimes, but they also make really good decisions as well. They balance things really well. At the end of the day, they balance things pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, like, I cannot tell you how much better primitive PvP is now without the compound bow as common as it is than it was before.
Oh god,
I mean,
yeah,
crossbow nailgun PvP is just simply superior in every single way. I mean, it takes more skill. The people have to get up in your face so you actually stand a chance at killing them.
It's more fun.
You know, it's like, it's more fun.
Yeah.
There's more variability to the play style rather than running around with a SAR hazmat and getting killed from 100 meters because someone's sitting in a bush.
Yeah, holding fully charged,
Yeah.
waiting for like 20 minutes. Yeah, excellent. Blue, two final questions I got to ask you, not Rust related. Is there things that people don't know about you that you'd like them to know? Because the reason for this podcast series is obviously to get people more intimately acquainted with their favorite Rust YouTubers. A lot of people like you don't reveal much about your personal self. Is there anything about you that people should know, that you want them to know that they don't know? Like, are you a secret lover of gardening? Do you have a vegetable patch in your backyard?
I mean, funny you mentioned that. I mean, No, I don't have one right now, but I mean, for the first, I guess I'll talk about like early on. I mean, for like when I was like 10 or 11 years old, some people know this, but I actually moved to Malta, which is a small island in the Mediterranean Sea, and I lived there for a year and a half, and this is actually where everything started. I feel like I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't move to Malta, because before I moved to Malta, I lived on 4 acres and a property, and you know, we would like grow food. My parents were huge with making like growing flowers and you know, crops and stuff.
I love that.
And they were just known for like, you know, like they came to like my school, my elementary school, and did like a presentation in front of the kids, like, hey, look, these are like these starter kits you can get to grow your own flowers and all that, you know.
That's
so they were
cool.
like huge on all that. Yeah, it was really cool. They had like a coloring book and stuff even. Yeah, like I went from basically Farmville POV to Malta, where Malta is literally a rock in the middle of the Mediterranean. There's like cool fish and the ocean and everything, and I enjoyed that. Like I used to catch lizards with my bare hands when I lived before I went to Malta, and then it became catching fish with my bare hands in Malta. But eventually, you know, as beautiful as it sounds, it does get boring for a 10-year-old pretty fast. So my mom basically got me Minecraft on her laptop, you know, and that's where it all started. Started playing video games. You know, I got my own PC when I moved back, I'm pretty sure. You know, and I moved up PCs. I think I've been through like 5 PCs by now. Okay. And, you know, slowly but surely, I just got into PC gaming. So, yeah, I went from farmer POV to farmer POV in game. I'm assuming Malta's not America. Oh no, it's Mediterranean.
It's in Europe. Okay. And why was that move? What was the move about? Like, is it just your parents wanted to try something different, or?
Yeah, my mom got a job there, so
work.
You know, yeah, she had work, so we just all moved there as a family. 14 luggage bags, by the way.
What?
That was
your whole life.
Two of those luggage bags were literally my stuffed animals. I had a mad stuffed animal collection, and so yeah, I just couldn't leave them behind, you know. So, but yeah, 14 luggage bags, and it was a disaster. I remember my parents were so fucking stressed.
Shame,
like,
man.
Sitting in the baggage claim, they were like, "No, this is bag 14, not bag 12." It's terrible.
And you spent a year and a half there, and then you went back to the States.
Year and a half there. Really good experience overall there for sure.
Wow.
And then yeah, I went back to the States, moved back. Like we moved a lot of times because we were waiting on the lease to end on the original property we lived at.
Yeah.
Moved back there, and then yeah, you know. So I'd say what people don't know about me is I've traveled a lot. You know, I've been to Costa Rica as well recently. I think that was the most recent, and then Mexico and, you know, Malta for a year and a half. So I've been around. So I guess that's something people don't really know.
When are you coming to South Africa? That's the real question.
I got a long list of places I want to go, man. I mean, Spain is number 1 on my list right now.
Nice.
And I wanted to check out British Columbia and Switzerland and Singapore and
all over, really.
Yeah, just all over. I mean, there's so many places I want to go, but COVID's kind of been messing with it. I don't
Yeah.
really want to go somewhere and, you know, have to wear masks and everywhere. That just doesn't really sound ideal. So
Yeah.
I'd rather just wait for things to die down, you know, and be able to just fully experience
And
it.
then go live. Yeah. I feel that. That's really cool. Okay, so secret traveler and a family of farmers and gardeners. I'm a gardener myself, so I think I like your parents even more now.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Okay, final question, Blue, and I gotta ask this because this is like the most I really hope you got something good for me. What is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in your life?
Oh, dude, I can't answer in my life, but I mean, geez, embarrassing.
Yeah, because everybody loves a good fucking cringe story, bro. Tell me something that hurts your soul to think about to this day.
God, if I said that, I think I wouldn't be able to even watch this podcast. But,
I'm pretty sure that my embarrassing moment will kill your embarrassing moment. I've got the most disgusting thing. It's vile.
it's probably kind of lame, but I'd say what's pretty embarrassing for me was deleting all of my old videos. I was really sad about doing that now because that's like, I want to look back at that. I want to see how I started. Bro. Yeah, I want to see back and I want to just, you know, experience the start of the experience.
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
You know, but I deleted them like an idiot because not like like slightly out of embarrassment because it was like my first video.
Yeah.
But also because, you know, I wanted to like clear up the videos a little bit. But it's like private them, bro. Private them.
Yeah, you should have unlisted
so you can look
them,
back
bro.
And watch them. Yeah, you know. So I'd say that was pretty embarrassing because I mean I as a creator I feel like it's kind of like your own museum.
Your own origin story.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
so
dude, like I actually,
did that.
fortunately, I privated all my old ones, and they are terribly cringe, and they are terribly edited, and I love that so much.
Yeah, still, you gotta look back and watch them.
I click on it and watch it, and I'm like, oh god, what are you thinking? This is so good.
Oh no, you know what is actually the most embarrassing thing?
Oh gosh, okay, yeah.
It's still related to the channel, but
Okay.
you know the days with Rice Gum and, you know, the diss tracks and all of that? You remember those days? Yeah, I thought that was the shit at the time. So I decided, man, I'm gonna make a diss track on my team. And I made a Rust diss track on my whole team. I still kind of remember the lyrics. I am not saying any of them right
Oh,
now,
come on!
No, it was the most cringe thing, and the worst part was I donated to Frost. I remember donating to Frost and sending him a link to the video and going like, bro, I just made this sick diss track while he was live, and he opened it up and started watching it on stream and got like 30 seconds in and closed it like, bro, I'm not watching this shit. Bro. I'm sorry. I was like, no, you gotta keep watching it to the very end. It's the best part. I absolutely roast Will. And no, it was definitely the low light of my career, I'd say, right there.
Oh my god, that is
that
so
was
satisfying. Oh my god. That is exactly
so
what I
bad.
wanted. Oh my god. I just love good cringe. Like I watch it and I cringe and I don't want to watch, but I want to watch. It's the best feeling in the world, dude.
Yeah, no, that will never see the light of day again.
God, I know someone's got it. If somebody's watching this and you do have it somehow.
No, please don't fucking release that. I will actually hunt you down and
Dude, I just want to personally
things will
consume that.
happen.
I don't want to show nobody. I just want to consume it and eat it and enjoy it and then move on with my... Oh,
man,
God.
no, I can't.
No, dude, this...
It's so hard to think.
No,
of,
dude,
man.
thank you so much for your time. I'm hoping that the people that are they're gonna be watching this, have learned something about you and have learned something about, I guess, money management and about humility. And I mean that like.
Don't buy anything you don't need.
Thank you. I feel like it's so important. I feel like people spend their money on stupid shit, and it's so nice to speak to a youngster that actually has his head screwed on and he knows what he wants from life. It's just so refreshing. Every time I speak to somebody your age, it's just like I want to buy me this phone, and like they focus on such trivial shit, you know.
I totally prefer talking to adults for the most part.
You're basically
Having
an old man.
Down to earth conversation with adults is I enjoy that a little bit more for sure.
So much respect for you. It's insane. Dude, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to regret this, interviewing you as my first guest, because where do I go now? Who do I interview? Fucking PewDiePie?
You'll find
you know, like all I can do is PewDiePie now. Like that's the only person. And Wellen.
Yeah, man, start is strong, bro.
Maybe I'll do Frost. I feel like Frost will have some information for me.
Yeah, maybe. That'll be a good one, man.
Maybe you'll have a diss track somewhere.
Yeah. No.
Dude, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. And yeah, I appreciate you very much.
Dude, it's been awesome, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming. I've got this whole script written down, like a massive script. I've followed 10% of it. Oh well. Your parents must be so fucking proud of you. It's insane. Like,
I'm proud of them too, man. I love my parents.
I hope my kid becomes
They're
Blooprint.
my best friends.
Oh, I love that so much.
Aww.
I'm gonna make you one of those. Out of wood.
Dude, please. Oh my fucking god.
I'm gonna make
if
you
you make
one.
me one of those, I'll give you a kiss on the lips when I visit South Africa. I swear to God, dude.
Do you want me to do one like your logo, like the bear face?
Yeah, I feel like my old school logo right here would look best on that. What do you think?
Oh, much better, much better. I hope this is gonna be fun. Can I use your face on a thumbnail? Is that cool? You know, I'm not gonna put dicks on your face or anything. It's gonna be like, you know, you here, me there. You know, it's just.
I'll send you some like me doing like the pog.
You know, I won $10 million for that. You've done it. I'm gonna screenshot this. It's enough. It's more than.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Wait, one more shot. One more.
You're good.
Like you just saw somebody. Oh, there. That's perfect.
Yo, Mr. Flag! Poggers!
Thank you again, Blue. I'll see you soon. Have a fun day with your
man.
folks. Tell your dad and mom that I love them. I love them.
Yeah, I will.
If you were able to sit through more than 1 hour of podcast, I absolutely take my hats off to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on my very first podcast. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you guys do have any suggestions or recommendations or changes that you'd like to see in the next episode, please let me know in the comment section below. You guys must understand I am completely new to this. I can imagine there were tons of mistakes or irritations that I may have done, but I do plan on improving and I would like your suggestions. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Any suggestions would be greatly appreciated, and I thank you, the listeners and viewers, for your time. Thanks for watching, and as always, Flak out.